Hello, I'm Rominating Reaper. Welcome to the cinema. Doesn't quite hit the same, does it? Hey guys, Rominating Reaper here. So as you can see, it's a lovely day out. There's only one logical way to spend it. Indoors, in the cinema. And yeah, as you can tell from that little intro, I'm about to head in to see Jackass, Best and Last. Been really looking forward to this, you know. I love Jackass, always a good bit of fun, just seeing these guys do stupid stuff to make each other laugh. But the fact that this is the last one, yeah, this is going to be quite the experience, but I hope that it delivers their final run. Fingers crossed, but the only way to find out if it does is to head in, get some snacks, and get seated for Jackass, Best and Last. So yeah, I've got my popcorn here with the Cadbury's Buttons toppers and a red frozen Fanta, ready for one last round of antics from guys who really should know better. So, Jackass, Best and Last. I am back from seeing it. Much like all of the other Jackass films, this is directed by Jeff Tremaine and produced by Spike Jonze. So this one kind of came out of nowhere. It was only in January of this year that it was announced to be happening, so a pretty quick turnaround from announcement to release. This one is being billed as the final film, although in the past Johnny Knoxville has said that each previous film was the last one. But this time around, it appears as though he is actually being serious, because obviously the guys aren't getting any younger, and this one has been heavily sold as such. So obviously, yes, automatically I am down for, well, whatever the Jackass crew considers to be a swan song. But does the film deliver a fitting and satisfying send-off for the Jackass crew? Let's find out. So the film assembles the beloved Jackass crew: Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, Chris Pontius, Wee Man, Dave England, Danger Aaron, and Preston Lacey, as well as some new faces: Rachel Wolfson, Jasper, Poopies, Zach Holmes, and Dark Shark, for one last round of dangerous and incredibly stupid stunts and pranks, all at each other's expense, as well as a look through the archives at some of the greatest Jackass moments through the years, plus a chance to showcase some rare and previously unseen footage. If there's any franchise out there that perfectly fits the bill of doing exactly what it says on the tin, surely it's got to be Jackass. I mean, this one may have the novelty of serving as a finale, but by and large, you very much know exactly what you're in for when you go to see a Jackass film, which this one delivers on perfectly. It may not be my favourite one, but it is still a really good time and serves as a very satisfying send-off for this crew of guys that we've come to know and love. So, right out of the gate, yes, the film is very, very funny. Obviously, it has all those cinematic flourishes in there, you know, obviously being a Jackass movie. Particularly the opening with a sort of moving set that really creatively utilizes some various hidden pranks. It's really well done. But very much what you're here for are the sort of, you know, the stupid stuff, the stunts, the pranks, and it very much delivers on that. Obviously, the guys themselves are delightful company as ever to be around, and you know, their banter is very much what drives all of these. But it is absolutely insane that they've been doing this for well over 2 decades now, and somehow they have not lost their edge when it comes to coming up with absolutely insane and creative new ideas for stupid stuff to do on camera. And this delivers some really, really funny stunts throughout. Notably, we have the robot rectal exam featuring new robot cast member Larry, who is a highlight of the film and gets so many of the biggest laughs. There's plenty of other really funny ones as well, like the pole vault, in which we get to see Chris Pontius in all his glory. We also have the marionettes, the escape room from hell, and a gross out highlight in the human pretzel, in which Steve-O tries to stake his claim as the MVP of this film. And think of it this way, you will never be able to look at a game of Twister the same way again. That's all I'm saying. There's plenty of other ones as well, but honestly, you should go and experience them for yourself because, yeah, they are great to watch with a crowd and just absolutely hilarious. I will say some of the cast members here do feel a little sidelined. Like some of them, especially Rachel Wolfson, don't get a lot to do beyond sort of just reacting to the unfolding chaos, and that is a shame. I will also say that I did kind of miss the public reaction stuff as well, because so many of Jackass's best moments over the years have come from the public reaction pranks, and it's a shame that we don't really get any new ones here, being that this is the final chapter. But alas, the stuff we have here and the cast dynamic are wonderful and deliver laughs as reliably as ever. I also really enjoyed going back through the archives and revisiting some of those iconic Jackass moments and getting to see them on the big screen. We get some absolute highlights here, including revisiting stuff like the Poo Cocktail and the Poo Cocktail Supreme, as well as stuff like the butt X-ray, the golf course air horn, and the magic trick. Yes, the very stunt that from Forever that caused Johnny Knoxville to get a concussion. And ironically, we get some rare footage that shows that the one that made it into that film was actually the second take. Yeah, just absolutely insane. I loved getting to experience those older moments again and experience them exactly how they were made to be seen with a crowd. I also enjoyed going through the archives and getting to see some rare and unseen moments, including a version of the Forever stunt Silence of the Lambs that actually features Bam Margera, and in general, the archival footage is where we get a lot of the Bam moments here. I also really enjoyed the convict, in which Johnny Knoxville pretends to be an escaped convict. And the real-time escalation of that one, yeah, just absolutely hilarious. Almost on par with Terror Taxi from the second movie, which unfortunately did not make the cut here. But yeah, it was great getting to see those previously unseen moments. But there's one in particular that I think really ties together the sort of sense of finality of this film, and that is ironically getting to see the very stunt that actually birthed Jackass as we know it. And it's through stuff like that that the film very much delivers a surprisingly touching, emotional through line here of yes, sending off this crew that we've come to know and love over so many years, and obviously that's sort of very much a sort of unifying element of watching a group of close friends just do stupid stuff to make each other laugh, very much adds to that. And by the end of this, honestly, I was more emotional than I was expecting to be watching a Jackass film. Like the very ending of the film is a really fun callback to the very first, the opening of the very first film. So obviously, yes, it is very much bringing it all full circle for the last go around of the guys, and obviously in Jackass movie tradition, the credits showcase outtakes and footage that didn't make the film, as well as sort of showcasing the journey that these guys have been on all these years, and actually left me feeling kind of emotional. Yeah, I really will miss these guys, and honestly, if they are to continue it with these new cast members fully taking over the reins, honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to it. And yeah, but as it stands though, yeah, this is it for Jackass, and yeah, it's sad to see it go. Overall, Jackass Best and Last doesn't fully live up to the title, but does deliver a very satisfying conclusion to the time we've spent with these guys, with another round of hilarious stunts and pranks, and a surprisingly heartfelt look through the archives at some of their best moments to deliver a surprisingly touching conclusion. Out of 10, Jackass Best and Last gets an 8. So, let me know down in the comments, have you seen Jackass Best and Last? What did you think of it? What was your favourite of the new stunts? What was your favourite of the archival moments shown? And what's your favourite Jackass moment that wasn't shown here? And would you like to see the new cast fully take the reign in the future? Let me know all that down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.